In the photography world, we often talk about things like megapixels and SD cards and burst rates and things like that. But actually, there is a whole bunch of things that do matter in taking photographs, but seems like nobody is talking about that. Hello everyone, my name is Sergio and I've been doing photography on a more serious note for 10 years now. Because of that, I started to think about the things that actually matter in photography. The first thing and the most common, I would say, mistake is that everybody is trying to preserve highlights, and you get so much advice about how not to blow your highlights or how to preserve shadows, how to recover that properly, stuff like that. But to be honest, it does not matter that much. The way our eye sees, it's gonna be bright in some places and too dark in some places. So if some highlights are blown out and some blacks are crashed, it is okay as long as the picture looks good and delivers the message, delivers the visual appeal that you intended. Now, I'm not saying it is not good to know how to technically take a perfect picture, but the point is, not every picture has to be perfect. In the end, if all of your photos look like some creepy HDR images, that's not gonna cut it. So yeah. Another one that I've been feeling myself is that photographers try to find their own style, or to be more correct, they think they need some kind of style. It's sometimes hard, but just accept that photography is an experience of discovering yourself, and it is okay. Don't ever think that suddenly, if you've been taking landscapes for the whole time and you switch to portraits, or you do stills now, or architecture, that something's gonna change, or you deceive yourself. That's not important. The important thing is that you keep taking pictures no matter what style it is. You keep discovering yourself in those styles, and some photographers don't ever find the style that fits them, but what matters is the photography that they produced during this discovery. So keep on shooting and don't worry too much about having your own style. Another thing I've learned is that photography is not about taking a picture of a beautiful scene. It's more about photographing light. So basically, you're not looking for a perfect composition, you're looking for a good light. It does not matter what's in the scene even. Sometimes it's just the pure beauty of the light that you're capturing that's important, and it doesn't matter that the composition is off or it's messy or something's in the background. I mean, what's important is how it looks like, and mostly what we capture, what we see, the way our eye works, the way photography works is capturing light. You're not looking for composition, you're not looking for something pretty. What you're looking for is beautiful, awesome light. That's why everybody is advising to shoot during the golden hour or the blue hour, because this is the most beautiful light, and in this light everything would look pretty. It doesn't matter where it is. It can be in your room and it can be in your home city. You don't need to go to LA or New York to capture some stunning photos. What you need to do is try to find the beautiful light where you are and start with that. And talking about composition and a great photographic perfection isn't really technical. So many of us are chasing after perfect lens, perfect camera, and it's okay. But the truth is, the great photography is not about technically perfect capture. So it's not about technically perfect exposure, technically perfect composition. What it is about is beyond technicalities. So if you take a look at some very famous photographs that mean something in this world, you can see that not all of them are perfect. Maybe the highlights are blown out. Maybe it's not perfectly in focus. Maybe there is a motion blur. Maybe the lens that was used to take this picture wasn't perfect. What matters is the message and the feeling, the mood that you want to transcend through your photograph. And you can even do it yourself with your own photography. You can analyze your own portfolio. Just take your Instagram feed and you can see that sometimes the photos that maybe you don't think are perfect, or maybe you don't like them as much, but people react to that whole different level. And you can then understand that there is something more to technicality of the photograph. There's something beyond that that draws people's attention. And just keep that in mind next time you're going through your photographs and deleting all the photos that are blurry or not sharp or not in focus. Think about maybe what you can do with that photograph, because what matters is what is in that photo. And if it's not perfect technically, it's okay. The last one is more on the technical side, but it's also very important, and seems like all the reviewers, including myself, I'm a sinner as well, we don't really talk about the raw files. So we shoot the raw files, we compare the sharpness, the optical performance, but the truth is you don't shoot raw files to deliver directly raw file. You will edit it. And so what matters most is not the raw file performance, but the way the raw file will be handled in post. So to me, it's not important that the raw file isn't too sharp, or maybe there is some vignetting, because I know that I will edit it in post. And so what's important to me is how will that raw file handle in Lightroom or Capture One and Photoshop. Since I started using my Leica over here and also the Ricoh GR, I really start to understand the importance of the file, because they both shoot the DNG file, which is widely accepted. It can be opened on your computer, on any computer, on your phone, on your tablet, whatever. Every program will accept it. And that is such a beauty of this file. And no matter what program I use to open and edit those files, those will be handled good. If we talk about some other manufacturers that use their proprietary files like Fuji's and Sony's, you can see that not every software program will handle it equally. I remember that back in the days, Fuji raw files, because of the X-trend sensor, they required a whole different converter, and it was pain in the ass, and people were fighting over which program handles raw files better from Fuji. The same goes for Sony. Their raw files sometimes look different. If you import it into Lightroom or Capture One, they're different. So the tones are different, the sharpness is different, everything. If you are looking to buy Canon, Nikon, Sony, Fuji, if they have their proprietary file system, try to edit it and see how it handles, because the file handling is very important. And like I said, most people, most reviewers don't even talk about that, but it's very, very important. You're spending your time and money, you're invested into some software and your time to edit those files, and if it doesn't handle very good, which it might happen, then it's gonna be a deal breaker for you, or you gotta change the software all the time when you get a new camera. And this is it. These are the 5 things that I think that we gotta talk about more. Let me know what you think. Do you think these 5 things are important or not? And if you know something else maybe that I didn't include, let me know again. Maybe there is something else we should know about. Anyways, keep shooting and have a great one. See you in the next one.